Welcome to the wonderful world of Cookidoo. Cookidoo is our global recipe database, and you can access recipes that are specifically for your Thermomix in Australia and also around the world. And we're going to go through all of that today. A lot of it you can do from your TM6 screen and also from your device. So I am on my laptop at the moment, because there are more functions and features that you can actually do on your device. So we'll start off with looking at your home screen, and this is what everybody's home screen will look like. If you've got the TM6, you will see this on your TM6 screen as well. So there's a few ways of looking for recipes. You can just do a general search. So if you know the name of something that you'd like to make, so you can tap in or go straight to, say, lemon curd, and some lemon curd recipes that are in Australia will pop up. If though, I'd like to see what else is going on my home screen, I'll notice there's a section called latest recipes, and then there's a recipe spotlight and so forth. You'll see what's been most cooked this week. So generally this will update each week and you'll get new information regularly. You'll get to these features here. So eating in is the new out, which is the focus at the moment. Making your kitchen your superpower. You can read more about that by clicking there, or you can keep going about cooking from the pantry again into this area by just tapping on take me there. Immunity boosting information and some low carb information, and we also have a 28-day meal plan to get you started. So there's lots of things that you'll find on your home screen. And if any of these suggestions you like the look of, you can just click on them and that will take you straight into that recipe. Now, you'll also get an update of the latest collections that come up onto your Cookidoo account. So with Cookidoo, every time a new book is released in Australia or around the world, it will get downloaded immediately onto your Cookidoo library. So then you've got some extra things down here that you can also click into and have a look at any of these features. But going back up to this area here called latest recipes, this is where you press see more and you actually access the majority of Cookidoo. So at the moment it tells us that we're in the Australian platform and there are 2587 recipes here. So I could actually scroll along here and have a look at all 2,500 recipes if I wanted to, or I could tap this word up here, recipes, tap on the word collections, and then all of those 2,500 recipes will actually go back into the books that they belong. So now you can see you have 114 books to have a look at. We also have little booklets. So say for example, if we have a look at this book here, Eat Well, and we open that up, it'll tell us up here that there are 102 recipes, and I can actually have a look at those and tap on any one of those to have a look at that recipe in detail. However, if I was to tap on something like savoury sauces, it'll tell me here that there are 12 recipes. So this is what I call a booklet, which means it's not a book that you can actually go onto our mix shop and buy. It's just an added bonus for Cookidoo people. You can't buy these; they are literally just added on regularly and randomly for us to have and look at. So let's go back here into our latest recipes, because that is, as I said, the best place to go to find most of our recipes. So if I wanted to now have a look at the filter section that I can actually enter, I can start to filter down my recipes. If I just wanted to look at meat main dishes, I would just click on that. So, same for fish and so forth. I can add or take away an ingredients I don't want, and I can do the same with tags, difficulty, preparation time, and total time. Preparation time means how long I need to be in the kitchen to make this dish, and total time means how long the entire recipe takes from when I start to when I can actually eat it. So then you've got portion sizes, ratings, language, and here is the part that gets a little bit exciting, because you can actually start looking or choosing your country of choice. So at the moment, as I said before, we're in Australia and we've got 2,500 recipes here that we can have a look at. If I wanted to go down into the United Kingdom and press on that, I've now got 5,500 recipes almost. So that's looking now at the United Kingdom and Australia, and there are 5,485 recipes. If I then wanted to add the United States to those recipes, there are 7,143. So I can click on those, and now it will tell me up here that I'm on these 3 countries and there are this many recipes that I can look at. If I'd like to see which books they come out of, I go up to here, I tap on collections, and here they are, all the books from 3 countries. These are the 3 English-speaking countries, and that's why I've picked them. Because, for example, if I take off that, and take off that, and then I go back into my filters. So at the moment I'm now just on Australia. And if I was to tap on Germany, we would see that we have these books, but they are written in German. But for example, if I'm on Google Chrome and I'm searching in Google Chrome and I press on this one because I like the look of that recipe, I will get the option up here to convert it from German to English. So just up here on the right hand side. So I can have a look at that and think, gosh, I'd really like to see how to make this. And I don't read German, but I'd like to do it. I'll tap on my English translation, and there it goes. I can actually make this dish because it's all in English. So Google Chrome is a really good, here it is here, see at the bottom it's saying Google Chrome, really, really good function to have because you can then access any of those recipes in any of those databases. So it's pretty phenomenal because, for example, if I was to click off all of my country choices here and I have nothing, that instead of taking me to nothing, I don't have any selected, but it actually takes me to every single book in every single country that Cookidoo has recipes with. So we've got Italy, we'll have China, we'll have Germany, we'll have Czech Republic, we'll have every single country that you saw that was listed before in our filters, which is phenomenal. So that's 4,000 books. And you can have a look at any of those at any time. So if I wanted to go over to this one, I can actually see that it's Spanish because it tells me up here. And I can now translate anything in that book because I'm on Google Chrome. I can translate any of that. So say, for example, I like the look of this. I still don't really know what it is, but I'm loving the look of it. And I will just have a look at that, and then I'll go into my option of the translation on my Google Chrome. Okay, so that is pretty much what we do there with searching. Now, if, for example, now we would like to tap in the word here, say, for example, we've got chicken, and we'd like to find a dish that we want to make with our chicken. You can see here you get a drop down, which is very good, but if you press enter or return on your keypad, which I'm about to do, I get every word in Australia that has chicken in it. So there are 392 recipes that has the word chicken in it. So it starts from most to least. So there'll be recipes where chicken is the major ingredient, and as we get to the bottom of the search, that might just have chicken salt or something very minor with chicken in it. So anyway, I can just go along here and I can decide that I'd really like to have a look at this one because I like the look of that. And then I can again see this information that we mentioned before. Preparation time, how long I need to be in the kitchen, total time 55 minutes from when I start to when I can eat it, what my ingredients are, my preparation time, nutritional information, and tips and tricks. I recommend highly that you regularly read the tips and tricks because you get really, really good information of substitutions and other really useful things. So please do look at tips and tricks for every single recipe. So if, for example, I would now like to save this recipe, I go into this section here called Add, and I can add it to a collection. So I can start to create my own mini recipe library. So I could pop it down here. I can see it's a chicken dish, and I've got quite an extensive library already. So I would just go down to where I've got chicken, and I would pop it into here, just like that. It tells me here it's successfully created or added. But say, for example, if you're just doing this for the first time and you don't have a chicken section or you don't have, doesn't have to be chicken. It can be a Spanish or Thai section. You can make your chapters whatever you like, called whatever you like, but you could create a collection. So you could create one, and here you could call it chicken, you could call it Spanish, you could call it Thai. You can create any type of collection that you like, and that's how you add to a collection. Once you've done that and you go back here and you think, I'd really like to make this recipe, but I don't have all of these ingredients, you just add it to your shopping list. And once it's added to your shopping list, you can then add it to your week and what day you'd actually like to make that. So I might make that on Saturday and I'll save that. So now I've got in my recipe, I've got this recipe in my collection, in my shopping list, and in my weekly planner. Bookmark is where you would put a recipe that you make often. So think of bookmarks like a favourite. So if you decide you want to make this regularly, like it's going to be on rotation weekly, I would then pop it into bookmark. But I usually make something a few times before I decide that that's going to be a favourite. This more function here is if I want to rate the recipe after I've made it. So if I don't think it's great, obviously, I don't give it many stars, and if I love it, I'll give it more. If I'd like to share this recipe with someone, so if you have a friend who has a Cookidoo account or anything like that, and you want to share the recipe with them, you can just copy this link and you can share it over and say, look, I just made this amazing thing. Here it is, give it a go. So they don't have to search for it, they can just click directly on that link. So once I've done that with lots of my recipes, I go into this function up here, which is my week. And what I'll see here is my shopping list that I've created. So I've done a lot of searching and I've had a look at a lot of recipes and I've decided I'd like to buy the ingredients, or I need some ingredients for these recipes. I'm also making on the 9th of May this chicken San Fernando dish and some Brazilian cheese puffs. So looking over here at the shopping list, here you can just see it says shopping list. If we look at the bottom here, we can go to show ingredients, and what will happen here is we'll get a shopping list in the category that you find your ingredients in the supermarket. So your baking ingredients will be listed, your beverages will be listed, your cereals, colds, meats, etc. So you don't have to really run around the supermarket trying to find things. So what I do now is you just come along and you tick off what you don't need, because obviously you don't need to have a list which includes things that you don't need to buy. So we'll get rid of, I would say I have pine nuts, I'll get rid of those, I have peanuts, and I literally just go through and tick off what I don't need to buy. So that way I really condense my shopping list down to just the things that I want. If I get down to the bottom of my shopping list and I've changed my mind about something and I think, you know what, I actually do need that onion, you can just tap it and it will go back. So you can actually re-add things to your shopping list. Here you've got a section called additional items, and that is where you would add something that has nothing to do with your recipes, but you do want to pick them up from the supermarket. So you might just want a reminder. So you might want some detergent. So you would put that in and you would add that, and then you know you've got this additional item added to your shopping list. So there you have it. That is what your shopping list looks like if you are shopping by category. Now I've got 19 recipes here in my shopping list, and I might not want to buy everything for all 19, so I can actually just shop by recipes if I want to. So if I just want to make Brazilian cheese puffs and broccoli saute, I can just do that. So I can actually just look at the recipe for Brazilian cheese puffs and I think, well, I don't need salt, I don't need oil, I don't need milk, and I don't need eggs, and all of a sudden I just need 2 ingredients for that dish. Same with the broccoli. I've got chili, I've got oil, I've got salt and garlic. So again, I only need 2 ingredients for that. So then that's all I need to worry about when I get to the supermarket. When I get to the supermarket, I will open the Cookidoo app that I've got on my phone, and this will be there in my shopping list section, and I can just tick these off as I put them into my trolley. And then all of a sudden, I've completed that shop for those dishes. So that is how shopping list works. If I wanted to share that, I could actually copy that and then I could, let's like copy and paste, and I could paste it over to somebody else, and I could email it over to them if I wanted to. So that is your shopping list and your week and how to explore Cookidoo. Anytime I want to go back to the home screen, I just press on explore and it takes me back. So as I said, a lot of this you can enter via the TM6 home screen. Otherwise, you can, if you have a TM31, you can manually use these recipes by having your Cookidoo account. And with the TM5, you just sync, once you've saved everything over to your collection, you just sync it over by pressing the sync button on your TM5 screen. So that is pretty much Cookidoo in a flash. I'll just show you one other thing here on the search. I know we did talk about it, but I'll just show you again. Say lemon curd. Here in lemon curd in Australia, we have 2 lemon curd recipes, one large quantity and one small. And then we now just go into recipes that contain the word lemon. Doesn't give me enough in my opinion because I had lemon curd and I'd like to make something else. So what I did, or what you can do, is get rid of the Australia. Now this takes us into the global library, so that's Cookidoo International. And this now we are now in every country in the world. So you can have a really good look at all your lemon curd options. And if you want to make this lovely strudel or something like that, and it's in German, it'll come up like that. And you think, oh, I'd love to know a little bit more about that. On Google Chrome, here it appears in English, and there you go. So there you have it. That is Cookidoo International. So it's a really, really exciting, easy way to have a look at a lot of recipes. You get new ones all the time. Save the ones you want, pop them on into your Thermomix, and away you go. And enjoy.